Hey, Flo here. Take me a second to get outside, but I'm gonna be doing another DIY type stream. Not instructive, but just taking you along with my story and journey of figuring stuff out as I go. So, let's see. So I think I got 2 cameras set up today. This one is my second phone, which is not necessarily the best quality ever, but just so you can see what I'm doing outside, because I'm going to try to cut some stuff. So, yeah, I think I got my old school coolness supreme factor set up here so I can change it on the fly. Yes, I can. Okay, good. So I'm ready to go. I don't think I'm forgetting anything. One thing I will do is change songs. Okay, I think I'm ready. I'm picking up where I left off last time. I'm working on installing some cement boards on these walls inside the shop. But since I bought 1/4 inch instead of 1/2 inch to save money, maybe I shouldn't have, but I don't have any money to spend on this, so I kind of had to. Anyway, this isn't that important. I'm not going to be using this for, you know, whatever. It's just a shop, so it doesn't matter. So I just need to seal the walls in so that the stuff I'm doing in here with working on stuff doesn't get dust in the walls and just make a big mess. So let me sore from yesterday. It was probably the biggest hike I've been on this year. I think I've been on any bigger hikes. I might have done more miles in a day though, because remember, all the years start blending together, but I might have done like a bunch of short hikes that added up more than that. Actually, I think I probably did. I don't recall. I think it was, yeah, now that I think about it, I think I did, like, can't remember what my record is for number of hikes in a single day, but I broke that record this year. It was like, I want to say it was 15 hikes in one day, but anyway, whatever that day was, I think it was a total of around 12 miles. So you could say I did more hiking that day, I guess, technically. Let's see what that looks like. A little bit better, you can see the whole wall mostly, so that's good. Okay, so what I'm doing, I'm going to be installing cement boards on these stud bays, and to do a good thorough job, I'm going to install OSB blocking behind the seams, I guess is that the right word, where the boards come together, just so that they have strong support. Oh, I don't know. This is just a sample scrap. Check and see if it's big enough. Might be big enough for some of the smaller ones. Yeah, so that'll work. So I'm going to cut, I think, about 4-inch strips. The first cement board is going to come down about 3 feet, which is somewhere around here. So I'm going to put a 4-inch strip between the studs, just to support the cement board, to give it something to screw into across the seam between the two boards, just so that the boards can't flex and, you know, whatever. So I think, I mean, it's kind of arbitrary. I don't really know how thick of a strip to give them to screw into. Technically it could be less than 4 inches, but I just figure giving it 2 inches on either side is a good amount. Let me measure that just to get a visual. Sometimes my concept of how big something is doesn't really translate. You know, I could do 5 inches, 5 or 6 inches, but I mean, I think 4 inches is enough, but just want to make sure. I mean, there's a slight chance I could do some calculation error where I don't line the boards up exactly where I thought they were, and having that little extra would be nice, but let's see. I think this straight edge has zeroed out on this end. Yes, okay. So when I buy straight edges, especially the metal ones, I like it when it starts at 0 for both centimeters and inches on one side, so then I can just butt the end up against something and measure from the end. Whereas this stupid thing, I mean, there's a reason for this, but this one, it starts right there, way inside there. But there's a reason. It does start on the end on this side. The reason that it's like that on this side is because this is actually a T-square, which I don't even know if I can find that other piece. Okay, there's the piece, but do I have the... I don't know if I have the little screw that goes with it, but there's a screw that goes with this, and I might actually use that today. Maybe I should look for that. Good luck finding that. Yikes. No idea where to look. Anyway, so that goes like that, so you can put this up against a board and mark straight square edges. That would be actually quite useful for today if I could find it. I'll look a little bit. I'm not going to spend all day looking for a knob. I hope I can find that. I should have kept that with this just screwed into there. I don't know why it's not there. There's the gloves I was looking for. Oh, I hate this kind of stuff where I'm just spending a bunch of time looking, searching. a little object like that, man, chances of me actually finding that. I have one idea where it could be. If it's not there, then not really a clue. Actually, I have two ideas. First idea is the easiest. It's right here. It's not there. It'll turn up eventually, but like by the time it turns up, I might not remember what it is. You're like, what in the world is this thing? I have an idea. I feel like I've seen it recently, possibly. There's a knob, but I doubt that's the right one. Almost certain that's not it, but that's the one I saw recently. Actually remembered. That's good. Not losing my mind so completely that I have no memory of each experience I have. That's coming soon, though, I'm sure. The other place I thought it might be is on my crafting table, because once upon a time that's where I kept those big straight edges before I started doing this construction stuff. DIY junk. I don't think I'm gonna get lucky and find it, so that sucks. I have this knob here in my hand, and I'm almost certain that's not what this is, but if it is, then wouldn't that be great? I think it's a lot bigger than this knob. I don't know what this knob came from. No idea. If it has the same thread size, though, it would work. I'm pretty sure it's smaller. Actually, I think it's from a light stand that I have, probably. Not really sure. This isn't, there's no way. This is really small. Yeah. Not even close. Worth a try. Okay, can I think of anywhere else to look real quick? I don't think I have any screws that would work. You kind of need a knob because it needs to be a very short amount of threads so it doesn't stick through to the table you're measuring on. Yeah, the chances of me finding an object that small, it's like 1 in a million. No idea. Okay, well, I wasn't even planning to use that, so I'll do the squaring up another way. So that wasn't even on my radar. Anyway, so what I was gonna do is gonna check this. So the cement boards are 36. I'm gonna check that, make sure they're actually 36. Sometimes things are called 3 feet and they're not actually exact. So let me check that first. That's pretty exact. Okay. This is what you get when you get a cheap measuring instrument. You get markings that come off really easily, and then you can't use it anymore because you can't see where the markings are. It's nice when they're either like laser engraved or something stamped in there. I don't know what the technology is, but. And so the whole reason I'm using an OSB board, ideally I would use like a 2x4, but since I have the insulation in there, I don't want to push the insulation too far so that it kind of loses its loft or fluff. So this is only like 5/8 or 3/4, not even thick, so it's strong enough. I mean, this stuff is like solid, strong enough to support the cement board from the back, but not so thick that it pushes the insulation back too much. So that's why I'm choosing that. The issue I'm going to have though is I need to somehow make this flush with the edge, and I'm probably going to use pocket screws. I don't have a pocket screw cutter, hole, drill bit, whatever. So I'm going to have to just hold this in there, which I might be able to do from the back while I'm screwing it in, but it's going to be a little bit challenging to say the least. That's going to be annoying. Anyway, so I guess I will start cutting these. I have to measure every single stud bay individually because I want them to be as tight as possible. And the way they construct these shops, they don't do a super thorough job in spacing the studs, and nobody does. That's not even a critique. Literally no one on earth is going to be like that consistent. I mean, you don't have the time to be that consistent. So there's going to be like 1/16 of an inch here and there off, and that'll affect the snugness of how these boards fit in. So I want to make sure they are very snug. So that's why I'm going to measure each one separately. I'm looking for something. I guess I'll use this. Just need something, a way to measure these. So it's kind of hard to measure because it's so choppy. I'm gonna use millimeters today so I can get a little bit, it's just easier for me to conceptualize. So it's 36 centimeters, 36.4. Let's cut it at 36.35, I don't know, 36.3. Something like that. Don't need to split a hair, but get it as close as possible. So let's try this little deal. Okay. Take my glove off. It works through this screen and through the glove, but not both. Okay, it was working, but it's just not changing. Okay, let me go inside. I don't know what's going on here. Glitch, tech glitch, gotta have those. Gotta love them, happen all the time. I'm pushing the buttons to change the scenes. It might actually be changing them, but it's not changing the highlighted one in the interface, so I can't tell if it's actually working. Oh, technology. Got to hate it. Wish it would all go away. Let's try it. Nope, it doesn't work. Why? Refresh page, see if that helps. Nope. Huh. That's weird. Why? It was working earlier. I didn't change anything. I hate that you click on an address in the address bar of a browser on the phone. You can't just like swipe back and forth to like see if it's a really long URL to get to a certain position. You have to like click and drag in there or essentially swipe in there, and it's like starts scrolling uncontrollably. Terrible user experience. Like they need to hire me. Like I think I'm actually really good at UX stuff. Not to brag, but I have a sense of like, this is stupid. You don't know what you're talking about. You don't know what you're doing. This is one of those cases, man. It's terrible user experience. If you're gonna have it like with the cursor and scrolling like that, make it like a way, 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 way slower scroll pace. Seriously, it's unusable. Okay, I don't know what happened there. I didn't change anything. That's what's confusing. Okay, now it's working. I didn't change anything. I don't know why it works sometimes, but whatever. Whatever. Okay, it's working now. 5 seconds until it doesn't work again. It's always been bad. Like, I don't know if you've experienced this. If you need to like click in the address bar of a phone, Android's all I know. Maybe Apple has better, iPhone has a better experience, but you click in it and then it brings up that edit button or copy button, or then you have to like figure out, it's bad. It's really bad. It's always been bad. Need to revamp that entire experience. It's really horribly designed. Oh, I forgot. Since I refreshed that, I don't know if it's working now. Chat, yeah, this is fun. Every streamer's delight is dealing with the technology. Actually, it's all easy with using OBS on a computer. Easy peasy. You're doing IRL. Whole different thing. It's very, very complicated. It's actually not that, I mean, it's just finicky. Finicky is the right word. So what I need to do is test to make sure that something's working. Okay, good. Should be all I need to do. I don't remember that measurement. It was 36.35, I think. But I'm gonna check it because I don't remember. I guess 4 inches is going to be okay for the width. Might not need the chop saw after all. Originally I was going to make like little supportive boards, like basically cut a 2x4 down the middle so that it has like a little bit of something to support it from the backside, but that feels like overkill. I'm going to try to do the pocket screw method instead. Hope for the best. So I might not need this. Okay. I hate doing pocket screws though. I'll probably pre-drill all the holes, which will make it take forever, but if I don't do it that way, they always shift around and move. Even if I pre-drill them, they can still move around. And I really want these to stay in place if possible. Okay, where's the cord? In case you're wondering what I need the bucket for, not that you care, but put all the cords in the bucket, so there's the foot cords. I have this USB thing, got power there, got all these holes where dust can get into. I'm using saws, so I don't want dust to get in there, so just put it in there like that under the table so the dust doesn't pile up on top of it. Power thing. Power, what do you call that? Power strip. All right. Could use something else, but that's the first thing that came to mind. So first of all, let's just cut the 4 inches first. It'll be easy. Doesn't need to be exactly 4 inches, just somewhere around there. Let's try this actual junk. Oh, interesting. It has centimeters on here. I don't know what 4 inches is in centimeters. 2.54 times 4 inches. 10, 12.16. 12 point, whatever that is. 2.54. Yeah, I have no idea. Let's see. 2.54. I don't know. maybe I was right. Maybe my first guess was right. Anyway. That's not right. 2 times 4 is 8, plus 2 more, 10. So 10.16, right? Let's go check the basic. Yeah, so 10.16 is correct. All right, so I want to check these measurements. I never use this little measuring indicator bar thing on the side, but let's see how it's just out of curiosity. So I'm going to set it at 10.16. Let's see if that's 4 inches. If it is, or even if it's not, if it's a certain amount off, I can, that was nice. I can use it reliably if I remember what the offset is. I've never used it. I don't really trust measuring things on tools like this, but I guess if it's close enough. It's pretty close. Actually, that if I put it at 10.16 approximately, it's actually to the center of the blade, which is kind of dumb. So I would have to add like an 1/8 inch to it or something. Close. It's off like by 1.5 millimeters or something. Pretty close though. Close for government work, as they like to say. Okay, that's good. This thing is all sorts of really cheapo cable saw, cheapo blade. Handle's broken off. It's all sorts of junky. But still do the trick. It's been working so far. Sometimes it has a little pause at the first time I run it just to turn on. It's like on switch and then do. Oh, there it goes. I have the noise cancellation on, but I don't know if it'll work, but we'll just try it, hopefully. This will be really loud. Oh, I almost forgot. I have to clamp this down to the table, otherwise it'll be moving all over the place, super dangerous. So I would have figured that out in like 5 seconds, 1 second after starting, but just do it right from the get-go. I would love to have this on some kind of rolling cart, and I think it actually came with one, to be honest, but I don't know where it is. I think I left it at my parents' house, and they sent some of the parts, but some of them got misplaced, probably by me, not by them. So I don't have all the parts to assemble the little rolling cart that it came with, but that would be really nice. Or, you know, embed it into a work table. But I do use it a lot, but not enough that I want to have a permanent spot like on a work table that's used up by the table saw. It wouldn't be the end of the world, but it feels excessive, so I just do this jury rigging, moving it around every time. Okay. Oh, well, that's nice. I'm glad I looked at that, because this is not straight at all. That's a crappy cut out of it. This is the factory edge with the green on it, so I can use that. Okay. Always be careful with power tools. Now that I'm looking at that, 4 inches doesn't look very big. I think it is big enough. use for a backing board, but I could bump it up to 5 inches, but I think 4 is fine. Okay, so that was 36.4, no, 26.4, I don't know, I'm gonna go measure it again because I don't remember. Probably 36.3 is right, but I want to leave a little bit extra because I want this to be really tight. I want it to have to wedge in there. Because if these are really tight, then it'll be a little bit easier to do the pocket screws if it's kind of being held in there by the wedge factor. Wedge factor. Wish I didn't have to have this on here, but it's easier. This is my chat phone. Easier to have it with me all the time. Otherwise, I have to carry it like every time I go somewhere. Right, so 36.35. Not going to be able to cut this that accurately because I have to freehand this. So I'll just... see, some kind of square, like a speed square, I think would be better. Let me go see if I can find mine. Have it with my bookbinding stuff, I think. I'd like to buy like a really good, big, high quality square. It's actually good to have small ones and big ones because sometimes big ones are too big to fit into small areas when you're working on things. So one of each, or 3 different sizes. It's good. The big ones are really helpful when you're cutting large boards and you want a line all the way across. Let's see. Just had this out a while back. I remember talking about it with somebody on stream. I don't know if I brought it out to the shop. Normally it's in my bookbinding area, but I don't see it, so I might have brought it out there or something. I don't remember. Probably. Constantly moving target of where did I put things? If I only had one work area, work area to rule all work areas, then everything would be where I left it in the work area, but to move stuff back and forth all the time, and I lose track of things. Oh, I got my shop outside and then I got my bookbinding area, and I kind of use both interchangeably. I don't know where that thing is. Of course, I piled that insulation on top of where it might be. Found a regular square, which is probably good enough. Let's see the speed square around. Oh, wait. Oh, never mind. I saw this knob here. I was like, that looks like the knob for the square. It's not. It's a different knob. Well, it might be here, but there's too many things to look at right now. I don't want to waste a bunch of time, so here's just a regular square. It's good enough. Can make it even better by putting this here. Then it basically becomes a speed square. All right, so right around there. Even the thickness of the lead of this pencil makes the cut inaccurate. I don't split that here. Okay, so I'm going to have to freehand this one because I don't have a big enough table to put the guide bar. But I am going to use this just to hopefully keep it straight, I guess. I've never liked this thing. This is a very bad table, and this has massive friction, and depending on you're fishing or pulling and catching them things. It's very irritating, but it's better than nothing. Maybe better than nothing. I can freehand stuff fine. It's not that hard, but when I'm going for super precise, it's nice to have tools that help me in the process. Okay, right about there. Yeah, once again, the scene change thing isn't working. That's really annoying. How else can I do that? Might be able to do it on the video phones. Let's see. Is that? No, I don't have that enabled. I wonder if I can enable it. That's really annoying. It just stops working. It goes out to lunch. It's like, oh no, I'm not going to do anything today. It should be working. I didn't do anything wrong. It's just whatever the technology is, just decides to stop working. I'm gonna be right back because I want to see if I can fix that. That'd be nice. Probably not. I probably can't fix it, but I didn't write this code. Somebody else wrote it, so I wouldn't even know where to start. It's code that's beyond my comprehension. So, but I'm not talking about that kind of fix. I just want to see if I can change configuration to make it a better effect. Blah 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 blah. Man, if I had this kind of errors when I was like out trying to use this technology on a trail or something, I couldn't do anything about it. Absolutely nothing. Yeah, I don't think I can do anything. It's just kind of buggy. I don't really talk to the developer anymore because it seems like he ignores my messages for some reason. Like mine specifically, not anybody else's. Just haven't talked to him for a while. Right, let's see. It's really weird too. Okay, I'm very conscious on how polite I am and stuff, talking to people who don't have demands or anything, but for some reason I think I got on his bad side. You know how some people just have a bad side? They have like a list of people they don't like, and it might not be rational. It's like, you're on the bad list. The naughty list. It's like, what? Huh? Did I do something? Okay, let's see. Yeah, the controller aspect of Video Ninja doesn't work. Control OBS stuff. Used to. Oh, wait. No, wait. I think I can fix it. Okay, false accusation. It works. It's a little bit weird. But yeah, it works. Nice. Okay. So I can change scenes that way now. If you're wondering what I'm... I don't know of any jig that would do it. My trick to doing pocket screws manually is I go in straight to start the hole, and then I put my button there for in this way. It's still really hard though, especially in this OSB. Hard to tell, but it's flush too. Because this can move around too much, and when that drill bit hits that tubular core, it's going to move around even more. Other crap that I have to think about is I have to make Oh, no crap. Why is there... now you can hear me? Doesn't make any sense. Oh, weird. It's like the connection is really bad. Wi-Fi on and the Wi-Fi up there is good enough. I don't know why it's doing that. It's quite strange. The connection issue. Apparently. The signal. Weird. I don't know what to do about that. Might just have to switch to the other one that seems to be working. Why this? I don't know if that fixed anything. I'll try it out. Oh man, I wish I actually don't care if I have a bunch of active viewers, but I wish I always had one active viewer. Because then they would probably tell me like if something was happening. Oh. That's too much to ask for though. I can dream big. Maybe one day I'll achieve one active viewer as a streamer. Probably not though, to be perfectly honest. All right. There we go. Well, it's working for the moment. I don't know why it stopped working, to be honest. It doesn't make any sense. Okay, well, whatever. Thanks, Leo. I don't know if you heard me talking earlier, probably not. I don't know. This could break a nut again because there's not really anything. Breaking this just work randomly. One thing I could do, I've done this before, is use the native app. It might possibly be a little bit more stable, but the native app is missing some features, I think, that I like to use. Especially, I don't think it works for the... Actually, I've never tried, so I can't say for sure. Or if I did try, I forgot. It was years ago. I don't know if the native app supports the remote control OBS stuff, which I use all the time. Anyway. Whatever. Yeah, who knows how long that wasn't working? Probably a long time. Probably since the beginning. Who knows? Yeah, it's really hard to get those pocket screws set right. Really, really, really hard. Okay, I think I am going to do the big hole first, and then cut the angled thing next. Let's just try that as an experiment. See if it works easily. Oh, apparently this one is very dull too. I didn't get in very far, but let's see if that's good enough. Mainly just experimenting to see if the first bigger hole is easier. It is. That makes it a little bit easier. So do the first. Drill the big hole first and then cut into it with the smaller one. Seems to help a little bit. I think I'm also going to do a pretty far back angle, so the screws are going to cut into the insulation or whatever's behind there, which should just be insulation. But I'm going to not quite 45-degree angles, but I'm definitely going to go farther back. I think it's less likely to stick out. That one's perfect right there. This is a lot of extra work, or just it takes a long time. I don't know of a better way to do it though. Actually, one thing that would make it a lot better is if I had a pocket hole cut drill bit. That would probably help, I guess, theoretically. Not the best job I've ever done. There's a slight gap. I pulled it in a little bit down at the bottom. It's actually really difficult though. I don't know how to avoid that, honestly. It's incredibly hard. I think it'll be fine. It's just not like exactly flush, like at maybe 32nd of an inch down at this bottom that was pulled in when I screwed that in, but it's probably okay. All right, next. That took forever. I literally can't see these marks at all. Doesn't make any sense. Doesn't look right. What is going on here? Absolutely nothing. Dude, I can't see the marks on this ruler. It's super garbage. Oh, I see what I did. Okay. That's better. Okay. Oh, all right. Fun times. Let's see if we can get this one. This is a slow process. Wow. This one is 36.75 instead of 0.35. Every single one is different. Oh, man. 36.75. Nice. Well, that worked, apparently. Unbelievable how long this takes. All right. So let's put this at same as before. About 10.5, I think. 10.5 centimeters. That end up being about 4 inches. Good enough. Took the head things off, or the ear things and eye thing off prematurely, because I still have to cut this direct dimension, but need to breathe too. It's super hot. Okay, 36.75 it was. Okay. Nice. Okay, everything seems to be working more or less again on my tech. That was a weird glitch. I don't know what caused it. No clue whatsoever. This one's super tight. I might not be able to get it in there. Have to cut just a tiny bit off of it to get it in there. Like almost nothing. Like a fifth of a millimeter. Nothing, but I can't get it in, so I'll cut a tiny bit off. Be right back. All right, was that enough? Yep, too much. But that's fine. Possible the insulation might sort of hold it in place while I'm drilling. Not really though. That's just wishful thinking. Gotta be some kind of trick to hold that in place though. I can't think of anything. I wonder if there's some way. I can't think of a way, but maybe there's some trick to use clamps on it in some really complicated way. We could have this on the here. I can't think of any way to do it, but there's probably some insane clamp hack where you put this on here and then somehow clamp that to the stud. I don't know, I can't think of a good way to do that. I guess. Let's see, let's just try that. Try that kind of crap. This will have to be insanely tight to work. I don't think it's gonna work, but we'll try it. Put one of those there and then put this here. Yeah, it's too loose. Not gonna do anything worthwhile. There's no way. It'd have to be so stinking tight for that to work. But there probably is some kind of hack like that, you know. Not that specifically, but I guess if I put this all the way like that, maybe it would not rotate when I squeeze it. I don't know. But then there's not much to hold on to either. Nope. That doesn't work. I can't think of any way to do that. also have these clamps, but I can't think of how they might be useful. It's just, they probably make, I think they make some kind of square clamps, and maybe if you could put the square clamp right here, that would work. I don't have any of those, but I think there's things that you can squeeze onto this and then squeeze onto this also at the same time. But yeah, I don't have anything like that. I should probably look into getting something like that though, because I've come across this situation often enough that it's kind of annoying. And if I had something like that, it'd be pretty nice. So the other thing I have to worry about here is that I don't intersect those existing screws. Hopefully I just won't. We'll get lucky. I'm gonna put these more in toward the center. This kind of stuff I don't really like doing. I don't like pocket screws at all. I hate them. So this is not the kind of stuff I actually like doing. I generally like doing this kind of stuff, but not pocket screw holes. I know it's very specific, but it's pretty annoying. It always moves every time. I don't understand why it moves. Some property of physics makes every screw hole move if you're shooting at an angle every time. I don't understand it. Every single time. I think that's acceptable. It's pushing it out just a tiny hair. It's so little that I don't think that will affect anything. There's probably some measurable or repeatability to it. So it pulls it in always, every time, 100%, not 95, not 98, not 99.99999. 100% of the time when you do pocket hole screws stuff, it pulls the board in a little bit. So if it's consistent, like it looks like it's only like a 32nd of an inch, it's a very small amount, like less than 1 millimeter, but it's enough to make it not flush anymore. So if I hold it out like that same amount, when I'm drilling the hole, maybe that would counteract that, but I don't know how consistent it is. Let's see if that makes any difference. I sort of tried to hold it out just a tiny bit. I don't think it'll work, but it kind of does. So yeah, if I hold it out just a little bit when I'm drilling the hole, and then when I put the screw in, it'll pull it in that same amount. I just don't know how much that is. It's kind of arbitrary. It does work though. So I have to figure out how much to hold it out, and then when I put the screw in, it sinks it back in. This one is impossible because I got this box here. I also got the cord here. I think the power wiring here somewhere. I don't even know where it is, to be honest. There it is, okay. Okay, it's far back enough that I don't think I'm in any danger of hitting that. That's good. That's good. And then once it comes through there, I think, I'm pretty sure yeah, then he dropped it down to this level where these nail plates are, so. As long as I don't do too insane of an angle, it'll be totally fine. But then I have to cut this little slot out of it, which is annoying. Not the end of the world, though. Okay. So let's measure that one. I don't have that pointing down so far, it's dumb. I know what I can do. I haven't done this for a long time, but I can turn my Bluetooth earbuds on. I don't have to have this stupid thing on my wrist. I'm gonna take a quick bathroom break. Be right back. Check to see if everything's working. Probably isn't. This will be annoying, but try it. That's weird, that doesn't work. This one looks like 36.55. 6.5, I think. Perfect. To cut that little slice out of there. Let's see. It's so unfortunate where everything's positioned. These are positioned in the range of 36 from the top, and then the cable or the wire on the bottom is 36 from the bottom, so both are in the zone of where I need to be putting these cement boards. Is really annoying. Oh well. Very ironic. The power from this outlet helped me cut out the slot for getting around the power in this outlet. What else is holding up there? That's why I want 2 batteries. You know what? I'll leave the big one in here. No, I'm gonna leave the small one in here. Small one in here. Got another drill here. That would keep me from having to switch that out. So not cordless, but that'll save a few seconds each time, which will add up. All right, I held it out just a little bit. I don't know if it's too much, too little, but we'll see how that looks. So I'm gonna put these screws in. Looks like that one worked out okay, by luck. I don't know how far out to hold it. Yeah, it's awesome. Probably some math equation to figure that out, but not like I would ever know. Very nice. Yep, gotta hold it out. It's probably about not even a 16th of an inch. I'm not sure how far I'm holding it out, but shouldn't have done this one, but that's the secret. That's the ticket. Okay, next one. This is okay. Like, once you get the hang of it, it's not a big deal, but man, there's so many variables with pocket screws. I don't like them generally because I feel like it's different every time, and I certainly wouldn't remember these little details unless I did it all the time. I don't. Pretty solid though. Those will definitely be adequate for the blocking on the cement board. This OSB, I think it's I want to say 23-30 seconds. I think it was the 3/4 inch, which isn't really 3/4 inch, but anyway, it's so strong, man. This stuff is amazing. So I don't think I'll have any issues of stuff sliding out of place. But let's see, I need 1, 2, 3. These ones might need a thick, wider piece to start with. I think they're wider spans. Have some bigger. I keep all my scraps, thankfully. I'm gonna use a lot of it for this project. What a waste of money it would have been to have to go buy a whole sheet of OSB just to have these little pieces. Scraps doesn't cost anything. So I've got another piece. This one's a lot wider. Plenty wide for that, so I'll cut like 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, this is less than half of one, so I only need 1 for that. I'll cut 3 strips, so that should be enough. Actually, this is not a square. I don't remember which way I checked it. Let me make sure I do it right. Short way, okay. My eyes tell me that this doesn't look square somehow. I don't know. Maybe it's the factory edge of the green. That's my basis for square. I can't trust that these cuts that I did in the past are square. I don't know why they wouldn't be, but the thing tells me they're not. They look weird to me. Maybe it's just an optical illusion, but I think they're okay. At least that side. It's close enough that I can't really tell it's not square, but something that just looked weird to me. But I guess it's close enough. All right. So I need 3 strips, 4-inch strips. Ooh, excuse me. Whew. Allergies have been pretty bad the last couple of days. Okay. I'll just not wear my gloves this time. It's kind of annoying. So it's 25.2 approximately. It's right there. It might be different down here. It's crazy, but it could be. Actually, I just realized, for now anyway, the first 3x5 cement board is going to come about right here, I think. So I really only need to do the blocking for this side, but depends on how I do the sheet on this side. I could just use scraps for just this bit along the window, or I could cut out like a whole board and have the strips be all one piece. I feel like in some ways it would make more sense to just use little scrap strips rather than like using up the whole board. I don't know what makes the most sense, to be honest. Like this section up here is going to be more blank than actual cement board because the window is like probably like 75% of the surface area of this 3x5 section. So don't know. Maybe I'm gonna just do this first one, this first 3x5, and put that in, and then I'll decide afterwards. That way I can feel like I accomplished something by getting one board in place. So how wide was this? Let's just do it down here where it's gonna. Ugh, sucks. Let's see. Let's do 25.1. I'll try that. I don't know what it should be, but close enough. Okay. Should work. Actually, the best cut I've done so far. Just a guess, really, because I didn't know. Why? Because this paper's kind of in the way, so tight that it should stay in there really nicely, which is a good thing. I've done these holes before I got in there. Oh well. Sure, this one will get pulled in as much because it's so tight already, so I might have to. I don't know, there's so many variables, but I feel like maybe I should push it in farther than the others. I'll spin it out a little bit because of the weird screw scenario, but to stay out. We'll just see what happens. Hopefully it pulls it in a little bit because I did leave it out a bit, which would be a problem if it doesn't pull it in. The 100% that I said earlier still rings true every time. Looks like I left it out just the right amount too. I can kind of adjust how much it pulls it in by just continuing to screw these in a little bit more, and then it pulls it in even a little bit more. Oh, nice, I guess. Sort of an automatic adjustment feature. Okay, so maybe I can learn not to hate these as much if I remember these kind of details. I won't remember, but... All right, so I guess that's all that is needed for this first cement board. The one thing I have to do that's going to be annoying, because I don't have experience doing most of this stuff like this. Usually when I'm working on a project like this, I've only done certain aspects of it, and then there's new experiences that I have to learn as I go, and I don't always like watch a bunch of YouTube videos in preparation to get, studied up. I just kind of wing it. I mean, I watch some, but not about all the details. Like, I don't necessarily know, for example, how to figure out where to cut the hole for this box. The obvious answer, seemingly, would be to measure from the top. The problem is, I don't know if this board on the top is perfectly straight, and when I put this cement board up against it and then leave an 1/8 inch gap and push down an 1/8 inch, there's that variable, and I don't know if it's straight at the top. Like, I have no idea. There's a lot of things. It looks like if I did it .32 inches from the top, that it would be good. And then how much this way? Got the same issue here. I gotta leave a little inch gap. This is about 33. So I think, like according to those measurements, 32 down, 33 across should work. And then I'll make it a little bit wider than the box. Like, I don't know how much, 2 3/8. I don't know. We're just gonna have to wing it and see what happens. Did a little measuring, but might not turn out exactly how I expect. So let me see. I guess I'll have to do that outside. There's no room in here. Well, that's not true. I could do it in here. What? I'm wedged in there like these things. Heavy. So I've got quite a curve to them. Now, I wonder if I should look this up. My assumption is, always has been, the side you want out is the side with all the little grid and the logo on it. Like that. And these have quite a bow to them. That's weird. I don't really know why that is, but anyway, it definitely means it's really important to have blocking on them because they aren't perfectly flat. This is going to go up here. And that's where my blocking comes in. The challenge is I have to hold this while I'm screwing it in, which isn't that big of a deal because once I get 2 or 3 screws in, it'll stay up pretty well. It would help to have a second person though. I'm gonna look that up. My impression is that the grid and all the printing and logos and stuff should be out, and I'm guessing these grid lines, I don't know if they really serve a purpose. No, I guess I should look that up. Do a quick Google or AI search, whatever. HardieBacker logo and embossed side toward the tiles or toward the wall cavity? That's my question. If I had viewers, I could ask them, but that's a funny thing. A viewer watching my channel. That's hilarious. Okay, let me go check. Phone, but all my phones are being used as cameras. Okay, according to AI, it says for HardieBacker cement boards, either side can technically face out, but James Hardie recommends that the smooth side with the printed fastening pattern, often the side with the logo and grid, should face outward toward the tile. This side is designed to help guide fastener placement and provides a better surface for the tile adhesion. Okay, that's kind of what I thought. I figured those grid patterns were on there for a reason, so. It's upward. Kind of common sense, but you know, if I don't get the real answer, then I'm just guessing, so. Make sure to do it right. This is the first, no, actually it's not the first time I've used cement boards. The last time I used them, I don't know if, oh, that's cool. Okay, yeah, I should have noticed that. There's even little spots to indicate where to put the screws. That's really cool, actually. Very nice. Very nice design on their part. Very, very cool. It's got these little circles so you know like how often to put screws. That's awesome. It doesn't mean they're always going to line up with the studs where those positions are though, but this gives you an idea. And from what I remember, they're supposed to be like 8 inches apart, but that probably depends on the brand. Let's see how far apart these. Yep, 8 inches on center. Very nice. Very good job on their part. That's a detail that probably most manufacturers don't even really care to bother with. It probably costs them more money to make that big, like a die or a, you know, this huge machine that just stamps the whole thing with all these embossed logos and grid patterns and screw. It's very cool though. I like it. Okay, let's see. So yeah, I have to cut out that place for the thingy. Get my ruler. Rulers are much easier to use on a surface like this than a tape measure, for sure. So it was 32 down and 33 across, I think. I confirm that because I'm a little bit dyslexic, so I can do those the opposite. Yep, 33, 32. Okay. And how big is this thing? It's roughly 4 inches tall and 2.5 wide. I might have to cut the hole a little bit bigger than that to give a little bit of wiggle room, but it should be close enough, and I'll just adapt. The other thing is I don't necessarily have a specialty tool for cutting cement board, so I'm probably just going to use my jigsaw. I also have a sawzall, but jigsaw gives me a little bit more control. And I don't know if I have like a specific masonry or cement cutting blade, but I might. It's possible I might. Okay, so we do 33 across. That grid also makes it really nice for this cutting kind of stuff because I can see if I'm staying true to square. Very, very handy. All that stuff printed on there. Basically going to be cutting it all the way down to the edge of the thing. That's weird. Is that right? Guess so. So I'm basically cutting it, instead of like cutting a rectangle out of it, I'm cutting like off the edge of the board. Yeah, there'd be nothing left on the bottom basically, so I'll just cut like three-sided. All right, makes it a little bit easier, I guess. Yeah, that's much easier. I don't have to drill a hole and then cut inside there. I can just cut from the edge, which is good. All right, 2.5. Probably end up doing a little bit more than 2.5 across, but let's start with 2.5, see if that works. Sweet. To have one of those smart cameras that follows me around. Problem is you don't really want to follow me around, you want to follow what I'm doing around. That would take a very smart AI tracking camera indeed. Just cut it a little bit more than 2.5 because I know it's going to need it. Okay, let's see what kind of jigsaw blades I have. Not getting much done as far as like quantity, but I did get a late start and didn't really know. It's kind of cool to do the assembly line style where instead of doing all the blocking, I'm just doing the blocking for this one piece. And then I'll do the next piece. I think it's fine to do it that way. I need to make sure, because I have to put insulation in this cavity back here, and then I have to put that second stud right here. I want to make sure there's no reason to wait on this. I don't think so. You just simulate what that's going to be like. Of course, my camera was missing over there. So I had to make special studs with this slot in them, and they also have the nail plate on there. And that slot is to fit around this wire here. And the reason I need these extra studs is to have something to my cement board to end on. It's not just hanging in here and then you just like lean on the wall and cracks the whole thing in. So that's for, and then I need to stuff insulation back there. So I guess my question is, I think, well, I guess it doesn't matter. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Yeah, so this will be like an 1/8 inch at least. Yeah, about an 1/8 inch. Cement board will be an 1/8 inch from this surface. And then once the cement board is on there, I can decide where to put the stud after the fact. So I think we'll be okay. Don't need to do any special. Sometimes you have to do everything in a certain order or it just doesn't work. But in this case, I have some flexibility. All right, that's good. Oops. Okay, so let's just cut this out. Let me see if I have a special masonry. I think I used to have, oh yeah. This is a carbide grit, so that should be good. Got this kind of blade with the little carbide stuff on there, so that should be just what I need for this. I probably could have got away with using a regular one. It might, you know, kill the blade, but not cutting very far. So, but it's good to have the right tool for the job. Okie dokie. I think there's another plug over here, but I don't know how far back it is. It's behind this shelf. There it is. Let's just double check everything. You never know what kind of stupid mistakes I might make. Okay. I knew this would take a couple days because I got such a late start, but I thought I might get a little bit more done, but oh well. Not a big deal. I was holding my breath, gonna walk over here, take a breath. Don't want to breathe in that silica dust. My breath capacity, my lung capacity is not very good these days. I don't have a respirator mask. I just have like those crappy paper masks, which don't really do anything at all. Okay, let me try ye old easy way of cutting these. I want to see if it works. I'm supposed to be able to just score them. Where's my square? Nice. Well, let's see how we did. See how badly we missed the target. Stay on target. Lighten up. Right. Somehow, I didn't go deep enough. That's weird. Oh, probably because those little metal prongs on the top of the box. I didn't even think of that. Okay. I have to cut off a little bit more because these stupid little... got these little metal clippy things on top of the electrical box, and I think that's what it's hitting. So, all right, so cut off just maybe a 1/4 inch more. I don't know. So. All right, let's see if that's good enough. Should get some screws ready so I can put this in place, but just want to check it first. Challenge, of course, will be to leave that gap on all sides and hold it in position while I'm trying to catch it, but I'll figure it out. It actually kind of rests on top of the electrical box. It's probably not very good to have that much weight on there, but I don't want to have too giant of a gap at the top, so I just need to kind of eyeball it and screw it in with the right spacing. Shouldn't be too hard, but as long as it doesn't move while I'm trying to do it. Got special screws for cement stuff. I don't know how many screws I should get in there before I let loose on the grip, because 1 or 2 screws might not be enough to support the whole weight. I don't know where the screws are. There they are. I don't think you have to pre-drill. I don't know if it would be a good idea to pre-drill. I might pre-drill just because. I think I will, at least some of them. I don't really have might have a special drill bit. I have some supposedly masonry drill bits. Okay, so mark the stud centers. On that far side, I'll have to pull them in a little bit. So you're supposed to drill like at least an inch from the edge. That's kind of why I'm pre-drilling, because I want to make sure I don't crack the cement board. Otherwise, I don't think you have to pre-drill. It just makes it a little bit easier when you're trying to hold it up. That's too big of a hole. I don't know if I have a smaller one though. I do. can't tell if that's smoke coming off or if that's just like the dust of the cement, but it looks kind of like smoke. I don't think this is I think this is a masonry drill bit, but maybe using a regular one is better for this. I don't know. It's working, but it's probably not the best bit for this. I think that is maybe smoke from friction. Not sure though. What I really need is the holes drilled on the bottom, because that's where I'm going to be holding it up. Yeah. I have to end up buying more screws to sort of do a very quick calculation, and the small box seemed to be enough for the project, but I need more. Should I just pre-drill all the holes? Probably. I don't see why not. At least a good number of them, especially these lower ones. If I could get all the lower ones done, I can screw it in while I'm holding it up a little bit easier. Blocking is pretty good. I was able to pull myself up on it. Oh. Wow, my battery's really low. I don't think this... Let's charging very well. It's down to 13%. Not going to be able to go much longer. Well, I probably won't stream much longer anyway, but I should get this other camera over here, even though it's not as good, just because it's the only one I got. That one's going to turn off pretty soon. I don't know what's going on. Sometimes my USB cables start going out on me, but it's weird. It has the little icon for charging on there, so it's supposedly charging, but it's been going down this whole stream. It's possible that just doing this video ninja thing is really demanding. It's probably the case. Okay, I have to switch this out.